Texas Tech upset Texas yesterday. We threw them on the Ramen Noodle Express Friday night, and they came through money line special, actually, 37-34. I thought there was roughly a 99% chance of very high fourth quarter drama in this game. It had all the makings. I could not see a blowout either way here. And sure enough, we got it. One of the most fun and unique cultures in college football is Lubbock, Texas. It's Texas Tech. And I know most of you have never been out there. Most of you don't watch their games regularly. This is a people that pride themselves in things like throwing tortillas on the field at the opening kickoff. Why? It's not important why. You just need to understand that in the Saturday game, unlike your sanitized Sunday product, we throw tortillas on the field. I think that's a beautiful thing. Why don't we throw more tortillas in sports, period? Texas Tech, they answer that question for me. They say, we do. So Texas goes in there and they lose to Joey McGuire and company. They're just now getting that program up off the ground. They're just now creating the culture, and congratulations to them. Because this was not a game that played out the way you probably thought it would. If I told you they were going to pull the upset, you probably thought they must have gotten out to this big early lead and Texas could never come back. Is that how it happened? That's not how it happened. Texas had the lead here. They led 24-14 at the half, did the Texas Longhorns. But Texas Tech, they turned it over on downs, plus territory actually. So that moment is the one I circled when I went back and watched this game. Think about this. Now it's the third quarter. Texas is up 10. Texas Tech turns it over on downs. So Texas has got the ball in plus territory up 10. I would have felt really good at that point. Not if I was Sark because he's in the game, but if I'm watching the game, I mean, if I were Trey Scott, known on the streets as Stanley, I would feel very good at that point. And then it all went sideways. Because I tell you what Texas Tech did. They just hung around. They matched points. They hung around. There is a skill to just hanging around. Because if you hang around long enough, someone may slip up. And there may be a crack, and you may be able to slip right through it and win a game, and they did. Defense couldn't be leaned on for Texas, and that's unfortunate because that defense is what really gave them a shot against Alabama. As it turns out, it did not give them a shot against Texas Tech. How did it happen? If you didn't get to watch the game, how did it happen? And is the way that this played out the way you would have expected to? My answer is not quite. Look at, the field storming. There are different folks in the best of ways in Lubbock. Texas Tech hung around, as I said. They ended up +2 in the turnover battle. That part you would expect. But they went 6 for 8 on fourth downs. I had a little debate back and forth with producer Jesse in the pre-show. Was that a padlock stat? I think it was the most important stat in the game, but that's not always the padlock stat. So in honor of producer Jesse, I'm going to make it a padlock stat. There you go. Padlock stat from the game. Joey McGuire and his team, 6 for 8 on fourth down. But I look at Donovan Smith's stat line. That's the quarterback for the Red Raiders. He went 38 of 56, 331, 2 touchdowns, no picks. If you've watched them at all this year, you know they beat Houston in overtime a few weeks ago. And that is strikingly similar to his stat line in that game. The final scores look the same. They were both overtime games. Donovan Smith played basically the mirror image of that game, and it got him pretty much the same result here. Really bad loss for Texas. It's their second loss of the year. You could very well make the argument Quinn Ewers is about to come back, and that'll reignite their season, and I hope you're right. I think he very well may. And if he played yesterday, I think Texas would win, but he didn't, and they didn't, is the point there. Here's the hidden bad news, and why, if you're not careful, this game could linger. Texas's defense was on the field for 100 plays yesterday. They don't have a bye this week, guys. They have West Virginia coming in. Guess what West Virginia just did? They beat Virginia Tech convincingly on Thursday, which means they've got a rested West Virginia coming in, starting to feel themselves a little bit. Your defense was just on the field 100 plays. We think Quinn Ewers is back this week. We think. Given what I've been told, I'm pretty sure that's true. Texas opened as a 10-point favorite, or thereabouts, 9.5 or 10. That's what it looks like. As for Texas Tech, since pretty much every game in the Big 12 now has Big 12 championship implications, I'm going to say that Texas Tech at Kansas State has Big 12 championship implications. Kansas State opens as an 8-point favorite. I cannot stress enough to you, if you have not watched this conference, think about it already. We haven't even talked Oklahoma yet. We're about to. You got Oklahoma already with a loss. Texas got a loss now in conference play. Texas Tech, Kansas State's there, Iowa State's there, Baylor, Oklahoma State, Kansas. Everybody is a player is the point. There is no team. There's not a single team in the Big 12 that you have counted out yet. It is a team, it's a league where every team's got a shot right now. West Virginia all of a sudden feels good. TCU, kind of anonymous out there right now. I'm about to talk about Kansas State. What a time. It may be that the champ ends up having 2 losses. What a conference. What an entertaining product to watch this year. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't leave yet. Don't leave yet. Make sure you like the video and please subscribe to the channel. Not just for me, that's how we keep this entire thing free.